everybody. First of all, for Dave, I sort of feel your pain, but not as much, because I was the sole dude in the 201 class but only with 2 women, not 7. And I can give you some advice on your NRA class. You're pretty lucky that you're not going to be a member of the NRA because they did not teach you well. You're actually supposed to squeeze the trigger and not pull it. And that's probably why you got you hit somebody else's target. And Diane, I'm also feeling where you're coming from. I grew up in Central Illinois.
Oh, right on.
So, which is kind of like Virginia, but without the wineries and Confederate flags flying around. But the reason, my name's Billy Harper, and friends and even strangers tell me that I'm a good dad. And my wife, she says it's because I think and act like a 10-year-old boy. So tonight, I'm going to be doing nothing but dick jokes, fart noises, and words about boobies. But I'm really up here because of my son, 18 years old, also a very tall guy, taller than me and even taller than my dad. But I'm up here because of him. He told me I'm a walking dad joke. In fact, recently, this morning, we were he was getting ready for school, I was getting ready for work. I poured a cup of coffee, and then he came up, poured a cup of coffee, and accidentally dropped the coffee pot on the floor, and went, and walked away. And I'm like, Ben, what's going on? He says, what are you going to do, Dad? Tell me I'm fucking grounded again? I'm also going to be using the F word a lot in addition to dick jokes, fart noises, and words about boobies. But honestly, I've learned a lot in my life from dad jokes. When I was my daughter's age, I learned that a man does it standing up, a woman does it sitting down, and my dog Daisy Magoo shakes hands on 3 legs. They also do something else. But also, I learned vocabulary that talk is a 4-letter word ending in K that means intercourse. And if you do it correctly, it will lead to another 4-letter word that begins in F, ends in K, and also means intercourse. But my son, he's really feeling some stress right now. And he's 18, he's a senior in high school and getting ready to go to college. But that's not the stress he's going through. The stress he's going through is that he's got his final prom coming up and he needs to ask a girl to it. And that is stressful. Because back in my day, when I was his age, I'd see a girl, I'd notice her, I'd do something to get her attention, talk to her for a few minutes, talk to her, walk her home. Then say, would you go to prom with me? Only have her say, no fucking way. But today it's different. And you've probably seen, my daughter says it doesn't happen, but I've seen a lot of these on Instagram and Facebook. They're called promposals. Yeah. What that is, if there are those uninitiated, you see a girl, you show up at her house, with a light show, lasers with Rush playing all over the place, and a giant lit sign that says, it would be my Rush if you would be my limelight at prom this year. Only have her say, no fucking way. But I learned a lot from my dad, and he's a former high school athlete, and so am I. Do we have any former high school athletes in the audience tonight? Very good. Sir, what sport did you do?
Football.
Football, that's good. Do you still play even flag football?
No, not anymore.
You don't think you can run with the youngsters anymore, huh?
No way.
You're lucky because you're not a delusional motherfucker like I am. I ran track and cross country in high school, and even though I haven't run a 5K in under 30 minutes in about 5 years, I still think I can do one in about 17 minutes. I'm so delusional that recently I decided to take up master swimming because I wanted to live out my 4th grade swim team fantasies. Which, it's worked out well. In fact, master swimming, it is a lot like the under 10 swim team. Everybody gets a participation medal. And that's good, because in my age group, only 2 people signed up for events, so I'm able to get medals in anything I enter. But more importantly, and my wife said no to this, but master swimming, we don't have a snack mom, we have a snack wife. Who brings beer and nachos for after every meet and arranges the after practice brunch every Saturday. But as I was mentioning my dad, I learned how to be a delusional high school athlete from my dad, and he is a delusional athlete as well, a former athlete. He played basketball, and he doesn't play the sport anymore, but he still loves his golf. He loves his golf so much that on that first Sunday in April, he gets up in the morning, puts on a pair of khakis, some nice shoes, a pullover, a Kelly green jacket, and parades around like he's a former Masters champion. In fact, my mom called me last year on Masters Sunday and said, "Well, your dad's out of control." I'm like, "Well, Mom, what's going on?" He got into an argument with the minister because the minister wanted to rename Sunday school Amen Corner, and he said he was going to sue the church on behalf of Augusta National. But more importantly, if my parents are watching golf on Sundays and I call them and say, "Hey, Dad, what's up?" "Well, your mom's on the approach to the house right now. And Nicholson's up by 2 strokes." But I am fortunate tonight. Tonight, a friend of mine at work, he said that, he always teases me about doing this, and I take it in good stride, but recently he said, Billy, they need to bring back the Gong Show just for you. So I'm fortunate Nancy does not have a giant gong hanging in the background. And my time is up. Good night.